Hey guys, Ali here. How are you doing? Welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. We're just going to jump right in and start to try and piece some of these cases together. I'm going to start from the top of the list, the Next World mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne.
Right.
The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing.
Oh.
The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class."
Wow, sounds kind of rebellious.
People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case.
Okay.
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the belles-lettres have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Okay, let's read on then.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal,
JV.
citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Let's see here. Ah, the mural. You're gonna end up angering people regardless, aren't you? Let me read a little bit about the mural. Graffito is tracked down. No, I think it's nice. Let's see. 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message of all of Lakeside and the Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling in the streets as to how the juvenile and stupid mural is, given a choice between 2 points. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say it is right.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
I mean, if you're living in a world like this, I can't help but think I would probably be in that mindset. Let's see, all that remains now is to wreak havoc on the middle class. Middle class are not to be blamed, it's human nature. I don't agree with that and never have. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? Or I must have voted, and possibly even lobbied, to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. Okay, I think the thing, ironically... Yeah. I think option 2 is the one I agree with the most, even though it has human nature in it as out of all of this, the part I disagree with the most. But yeah, the middle class are not to be blamed.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger?
Yeah.
What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
No, we're not done. No, I'll leave that till last. Unsolvable case. Yeah. The square bullet hole murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks,
Oh.
on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But...
That's all you got.
Oh.
From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
A sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next?
All right. I think we can I'm just conscious of the time here. It's between 9 and 2 a.m., right? I think I have time to be able to fire through these, so we'll do that. The couch is an unexpected location. Sorry, the couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They actually look like assholes. Damage Ledger is not talking, so I will. Insufferable dicks. You people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa. Or couch. Or whatever it was.
They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it, too, where they also took photos of themselves on it. And smoked cigarettes, because they felt it's intellectual.
And they drank coffee as well, but he didn't say that.
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up. And you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Yes, I get a gold star for that one. Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that.
Oh.
These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Murder at the hookah parlor. This one's gotta be good.
Murder. Tum tum tum. The hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead.
Oh.
Of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, how did he die?
Beaten to death by a throng of
Oh.
villainous gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right, on with the murder.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker. A real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot.
Oh, he wasn't finished.
He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed.
Well, you know.
Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Wait. Was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful.
Oh.
Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey.
Yikes.
Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Go on.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Really cool.
Yeah, really lame.
What?
So anyway...
That's not what I
young man
said.
in his 20s, found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer.
Okay.
No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened?
Whoa.
How can it be?
Did he die actually whilst he was smoking the hookah? Or did... he go to the bathroom and then somebody find him dead, or... Very confusing.
Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
And what was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear?
Oh.
I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next.
Okay, now for the unsolvable case.
A.K.A. Leslie and Burke. A.K.A. The public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk, you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high.
I'm not going to choose which one that was. It was probably one or both of them, though.
Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration.
Okay.
The only way for Leslie to stop displaying his genitals and for Burke to stop attacking things would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability.
Couldn't we just keep them off the streets?
You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is.
That's right. Don't take them off the streets because it wouldn't be fun for them to expose themselves unless it was in public. You can't take that away from them.
Can you keep yourself off the streets?
Proceed.
Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years.
That's a long time to have a problem like this.
It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Oh, I forgot which one was Leslie again. Leslie and Burke. Leslie was the... Yep, he was the flasher. He was public indecency.
Good. You're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger.
What?
He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
That's very police officer of me.
In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Oh yeah, that's great news.
Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
Yes! Man, I am one hell of a cop.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
No, it's okay. I think we've gone through them all.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Okay, read the case file.
Takes about half. Not much is arson, petty theft, spousal. You don't exactly close them so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Okay.
They're a little further from your nose now.
Okay, so we have... First of all, I'm going to check this real quick. Because I think we learned something. Yeah, we learned this. Oh yeah, the apricot company one. Oh yes, I remember. Okay. I'm trying to think of which one we want to move on to next. And we could get this one out of the way. Portraying a physical instrument. Oh, 40 minutes of stuff. The encyclopedia will be a -2 while that's happening. Okay, it is a short one. I think it's worth it. We'll do this one. Okay. Right, I think we need to go back into the cafeteria. And or we could go to the car, because it's dark still, right? Yeah, that's a good idea. We can go to the car. No, I said put the ledger away. Oh, I did. Okay. Oh, I can level up now. Brilliant. Let's see. Reaction speed, encyclopedia. Maybe level that up. It's a very handy thing to have that. I'm curious because we get quite a lot of information from that, but obviously it's not leveled up very far, so I wonder how much we're actually not getting.
Jamais vu. Derealization.
Here we go. This is what we just learned.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen.
So new.
Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this.
Okay.
What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Did we not already ask that question? Maybe we didn't. 1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect. Learn caps raised by 1. Epic. Really cool. Oh, let's see what Kim's saying here.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
But I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street.
Okay.
We'll figure something out.
Kim, you are so nice to me. Come on, Kim. Let's do this. Let's go and appeal to the better nature of the manager of the cafeteria. Is he saying anything new? I don't think so. Nah. Same old garbage. Okay. Okay, Kim.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
I don't know. I mean, she was not... I mean, she was a nice person to talk to on the phone, but she was not very forthcoming when I asked her some of the difficult questions. She's also seemed very sort of anxious as well, and she was not all that forthcoming about why she wasn't coming back to work either. At least not that I remember. I could be wrong about that. Who else has the keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service? CS Municipal.
Oh.
I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
Okay, Kim, I trust you.
Thank you anyway.
Thanks, let's talk about something else. So about that money I owe you.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Let's see. It's cold. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game.
Game? Everything is just a game to you, isn't it?
Hold on, I still have my key, you know.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal... Foot? Sorry, no he doesn't. He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
Draconian measures.
He changed the locks, did he?
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Oh, damn it, man. We're about a third of the way there.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Really? What?
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Okay, goodbye. Motor carriage, let's go. I need to read the stuff in the headlamps as well. I tried to be nice to the guy for a change. He really doesn't like me though. I don't know why I'm so charming. Yeah, might as well check this out. The street sign says, "Ha Okay then.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Okay.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Okay, well look in the enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
Oof.
4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
Alright.
I confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
We can't? Wait, you said something about a pawn shop.
Yes, there's one 100 meters south of here.
Really?
I think it's called Roy's Nest.
I was looking for that
If I'm
earlier.
not mistaken, it should be open late.
Okay, what are those
There are
things?
spinner hubcaps. For
Oh.
those things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
What do you mean confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took a spinner? Wait, isn't that corruption? Wait, hold on. So you took his spinners?
Mm-hmm. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
I get it. I would have confiscated them too. They're mesmerizing.
That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Fair enough. Okay. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Take the spinners before he changes his mind.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
Alright, ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
Okay. Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canelo comes to life with a whiny growl.
That was quite loud.
Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Okay, close the door. Hopefully your battery is good. I don't want to wreck your battery here. Alright.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations.
Whoa. Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
He takes a ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says, his finger near the top of the map on a segment of the coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice.
No, it does not.
The lieutenant says without optimism. Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different
The
rows.
first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations.
I know.
They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alright.
Son, here is where we score your life performance.
Oh,
You better hope it's good.
damn, this is getting quite intense.
The first row represents your years of service.
Okay.
18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I walked the land telling horrors and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. I don't know. What did I do? I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. Probably some kind of boring office job, same as everyone else. Yeah, I'll go for that.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we?
Sure.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Nice. So you're saying I used to be a super cop?
Call it what you want.
I will.
You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
If I'm a valuable member of my precinct, why were the guys on the phone earlier in the game taking the piss out of me? Why was that?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Oh,
You've got precisely 3 perforations.
I've killed 3 people.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
Is now a good time to pour one out for the fallen?
Definitely not.
Oh, so I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
Okay.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious that the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Are you sure I shouldn't pour one out for the fallen boys? Okay, sorry.
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Pour one out on the ground ceremonially.
A dark pool of cheap Pilsner appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema. Honorably done. You have given up some of your own blood for theirs.
Well, kind of. It was my booze. But they both begin with a B, so I'll give you that. I'm sorry for killing you.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
That's true. Thanks for that.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Brilliant. So, I need to... I need to head south and get to the pawn shop. Pawn shop, south. Well, south is, assuming this way is north, I'm gonna head this way. And just in case there's like delinquents and murderer. Oh. I'm going to get my torch out. Yeah. Oh wow, what's this? Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. Speakers from the people of Samara. This says food gift from the people of Messina. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Oh. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Okay. There's no way for me to go there. He said 100 meters to the south, right? That's what he said? I'm gonna go... Oh, I have to go this way then. Is this the, Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Let's do this. Roy's Pawn Shop. Give me the money, please, Roy. I had an old boss called Roy. He was alright. Ooh, so many things to click on. Like this. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register. A bust of a woman. A plaque simply... Sorry, the plaque simply says DEL. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Mostly military wear. A few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print. stands out from the other garb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning.
I'm gonna give the t-shirt a sniff.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there.
Ugh. Ugh.
Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Hmm.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
What's the deal with the man in this t-shirt?
It's the man from Hjelmdal.
I don't know who that is.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
Remind me, who's the man from Hjelmdal again?
The man from Hjelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. Mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD.
Alright.
In fact, most people don't think that man from Hjelmdal ever really existed. But they are wrong.
Hjelmdal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
How much you selling this t-shirt for?
2 real.
You know what? I'll take
That's
it.
dirt cheap.
Couldn't you just give it to me for free then?
But why?
Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name.
I sympathize, I do. But this is a for-profit enterprise.
Alright. Physical instrument. I lose authority though. I'm not going to wear it, I don't think. But I will have it in case I need to wear it for any, you know, to change my stats at all for any given scenario.
Welcome to Hjelmdal, officer.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are corpo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Oh, cool cop.
No,
Oh.
you're the sorry cop.
Oh, man.
The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Won't the other corpo types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
You know, actually, I'm not sorry. I can change my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info.
Ah,
Maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
that would be pretty sweet.
That won't happen.
Oh man, he keeps building me up and then breaking me down. All through the game he's been doing that. Okay, let's sell these spinner wheel things.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
Pawn. Okay, that's not what I thought you said there. Let me just, what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, I wanted to take off my flashlight because I'm blinding the guy. I feel kind of bad, but okay.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately. RCM or otherwise.
Okay.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection. I may have something to add to it.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and the shadow on the walls behind you.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward? Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon, what is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Whoa, okay. Sir, could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
No judgment, just curious. I probably did lots of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
Oh.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
He shrugs. The People's Pile, what's that?
a bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Ah, malfunctioned, or was it sabotaged? Ooh, the plot thickens.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
Okay.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly.
Damn.
And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
Yeah.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
There's something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you
Whoa.
200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, then turns to you.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
Oh, was it 130? I thought it was just 30. No, I was nowhere near it. Thank you, Kib.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Yeah, I'll sell that. And that. Wait, I don't... Okay, I want to pawn that. And I'll pawn this as well. And this. I don't think I need that, but I'll keep it anyway, just in case. I'm not going to pawn that. I'm keeping that because we still haven't finished that quest. And a pen. A pen is always useful, so I'm keeping that. Let's see here. I'll keep the photo of a corpse. I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
Sure. By the way, do you have any guns? Like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same
Oh.
question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
I pawned my own gun?
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another.
Wait,
Alert.
I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
What happened to me?
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman.
She.
Although she kept referring to herself as a pig.
Oh,
Which was
what?
I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive. But I was just happy to get rid of it. And of her.
That's that creepy artiste lady. We're gonna have to go and talk to her again.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Yeah, she is a bit weird.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
There's only one explanation. She must be one of my rabid fans. Let's see. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force.
Yeah.
We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack.
I think I know who it
There's
is.
nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
I think there's only one person that talks to me like I'm a pig, so I think I know who it is. At least I now know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I don't need to ask about that again. You might be able to aid in our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Do you know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Okay, think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour.
Okay.
There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Okay.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Can you share your holodon with me?
You said you'd done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved.
I think I tried it once and liked it. Yeah, we think we did try
Here
it.
you go, man.
He presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hand. Very odd looking.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah, I'm curious. I want... I don't need to do that. So, well, business is done. We have a thought here.
Coach physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot-put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
Oh, okay. Okay, what we're gonna think of next? Oh, I don't have any skill points for this. I'm gonna need to wait for more skill points. I think. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Right, well, let's get out of this fine establishment. And go and pay our debts at the cafeteria. Alright, that was a very... Oh, there's something over here. That was a very productive exchange. Water lockout of order until Wednesday, 7:15 AM. Okay, I'll need to remember that. Let's zoom out a little, and I'll go and pay my debt. So what I'll do is I'll get myself to the cafeteria, but for now I will end this episode right here and catch you back up once I get to the cafeteria itself. If you liked the video, obviously you can hit the like button if you want. If you're wanting to keep up to date with the stuff I do in the future, make sure to hit subscribe. And then of course, if you have anything that you'd like to express, any thoughts or feelings, anything at all, put it into the comments section and I'll try and have a conversation with you. For now though, I'm going to head off and I will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.